everyone, and welcome back to another installment of the Travel and Tourism Podcast, my first season. My guest today worked for Club Med from 1989 to 1997. His first season was in Club Med Punta Cana as a Petit Club G.O, and he started Club Med only 24 hours after finishing university with a degree in hotel and tourist administration. He has hung out with Diego Maradona and Jacques Cousteau, and he is yet another EXGO who met their future wife in Club Med, and we will talk about that as well. Please help me welcome Carlos Dipres. Hey, Carlitos, how are you, sir?
Hey, Greg, how you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm going to have to shout out before I forget Steve Cohn, because while you guys were having fun at an XGO reunion in May of 2024, I was going back and forth with Steve, and he's like, hey, Greg, I ran into some people who you might like interviewing, and yours, you came highly recommended from Steve. So thank you for saying yes, Carlos. Thank you very much.
Yeah, sure. My pleasure. And thanks, Steve, for put us in touch.
Yes. All right. So we're going to go back to, I guess, you're going to university. You're from the Dominican Republic. As you know, we have a Club Med there, Punta Cana. And so I assume that you knew about Club Med while you were going to school, right?
That is correct. I find out about Club Med when I was in school.
So tell me about, did you have a friend that told you about Club Med? Did she work for Club Med? How did it happen?
Well, it's a funny story. We have this project to bring some tourists to Dominican Republic, and we need to pick a couple of hotels. Most of the people pick the hotels who was close to the city. That day, my friend and I, we decide to skip the first part of the class. So when we came back, only the hotel who are really far from the city was available for the project. And that was Club Med. So that's what I find out about Club Med. My friend, he told me about this place that he has been there as a GO. And I said, you crazy. You talking about the people who work there can do all of that? No, I don't believe it. And long enough, he took me there.
And is it true that your final paper university was about Club Med?
Yes. One of the few people who have done that in my school at that time was I did my final paper about the Club Med and the Club Med life.
Okay, very good. So then, yes, 24 hours later, but how did you apply? Was there someone in Domingo or somewhere that was a representative of Club Med, or did you have to call Miami or New York?
We have an office in Santo Domingo. My friend took me to the office. He knew everybody there. So it was really smooth. They just asked me, hey, are you willing to go there for, how soon can you go? I say, as soon as I can. They say, okay, you leaving on Thursday. Because they have a free shuttle from the office to the club on Monday and Thursday. So I went there on Tuesday. And I just jump in and say, I'm leaving. I told my parents, I'll be back. I'll be safe. I'm going to this place.
Okay, and you get
far
there
from here, but I will every day.
Yeah, so Mike Coltman is your chief of village. So this is summer '89, and you meet Mike. What'd you think of Mike? Did you guys get along right away? I imagine so, right?
Yeah, I met Mike Coleman. Yes, he was really nice. I was really surprised seeing this tall British man playing softball like a pro. So being Dominican and softball and baseball are very related. We built that connection because I used to play ball back in Dominican Republic.
And were you good? Were you always good with kids?
I didn't know that I was good with kids until I came to Club Med. Okay. I can tell you that.
Okay, so I'm assuming they needed someone in Petit Club, right? And it was you, correct?
Okay. Yeah, they need somebody on Petit Club, and my problem with Petit Club was that I was working too fast for the kids.
Did you say you were walking too fast?
Yeah, and I have to stop all the time. Like, hey, stop! Okay, you have the kids. Oh my God.
So you were doing your own power walk, right? Leaving the kids
I was
behind.
doing my own power work. You're right on that. That's why they moved me to another group called Scooby, I believe, and they was a little bit faster.
Okay. So the Scooby kids could jog a little, right? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. They can run a little bit faster.
So, so is there anything like, since this was your first time in Club Med, was there anything that surprised you? Like, did you know you were going to have to dance so many times a day? Or is it that you were always with the kids, so you didn't get to interact too much with the other GOs?
Well, I didn't know about the dance. I knew that the GOs was part of the life of the village, or is the life of the village. And when they told me, hey, you see those tie pins? You need to put this one and come dancing. I'm like, oh my God, you kidding me? Say, no, you want to be GO? You need to do it. So I have to do it.
Okay. I guess you stayed in Punta Cana, I could say from, geez, what was it, 89 to 94 you were there? Like,
Right.
is that about right?
Yeah, that's about right. I skipped maybe 1 or 2 seasons because the school situation needed to go back to do some other classes that I wanted to take. But yes, it was long.
Okay, and that so I guess there was a winter season, I think of maybe winter 91, that everyone knows about, that famous shipwreck, right off the beach at Club Med, but you were actually there when that ship broke into two pieces after a storm?
That's correct, Greg. That was the end of the season in September. It was a big storm coming up the night before. And in the morning, most of the GOs was just departing, going back home or to another village. The local GOs normally are the last one to leave and help out with the cleanup and everything else they have to do. And that morning around 7:38, we all was standing at the beach, watching the boat, the vessel breaking two pieces. It was shocking. It was really shocking.
Okay, yeah, I imagine, because when I worked in Punta Cana, I always wondered how that happened, and you were actually there for that. So that's pretty incredible, right?
Yeah, that was a season that I believe the chief of village was Piero Rufaldi.
Oh yes, Piero. Yes, that's right. And you would by this time you're also doing some land sports, right?
Yes, at that time, finally I landed where I wanted to be. I was the land sport GO for the club.
And now you could walk as fast as you want, right? No one is slowing you
And
down.
and nobody will be yelling at me, stop, stop.
Okay, yeah, you can power walk as fast as you want. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, and then eventually 92. So winter 92, I think Howard McCarley comes in again. You're back in mini club, and your chief was Cuckoo Alfredo Cuckoo Ramirez.
Yes, Alfredo, my good friend Alfredo. That's
Oh,
correct. And
okay.
that week, my first week getting to Club Med on that season, Atlantis was there that first week.
So this was this the first time Atlantis came to Punta Cana?
I believe one of the first time the Atlantic was in Punta Cana. That was.
Okay, so that's usually a party, and we all know, like, I never got to work with Atlantis, but I know it's a fun week. Everyone has a good time. They bring their own clothes and costumes and music and all that, right?
Yeah, that time we was GO during the day and GM at nighttime because we was watching all their shows, all the entertainment. It was amazing. It was an open eyes experience. It was fantastic.
Okay, and it was this season, so was it summer 93 when you meet Diego Maradona?
Yes, I met
Okay.
Diego Armando Maradona that season around December, about Christmas week.
Okay,
Basically.
Christmas week. And I imagine, like when you told me earlier, when he played soccer, the whole village stopped. No one was working in the kitchen. Everyone came to the field just to watch him play, correct?
That's correct. It's I mean, it's a greater show in earth for soccer player. All the Europeans, GOs in the kitchen team, they all was like, oh, no, 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 not today. We want to watch this. He was amazing. I mean, he was really nice person. And the
Yeah, you have,
board,
sorry, yeah, you have a funny story, I believe, about one night, right, with Diego when you two were having a little drink. Is that right?
yes, that night we was to the famous El Barrio outside the village and just walking distance from the village. And that night I left early and he stayed there. And I went to my room and less than 45 minutes later, a group of GOs came and knocking on my door. Your friend is at the beach. Your friend is at the beach. He don't gonna move if you don't come and get it. Now I have to get up, go back to El Barrio and grab my man. Locally, Alfredo Cucu was there. He helped me bring it over. And if you've been in Punta Cana, he was on the third floor. Locally was the first building close to La Hispaniola, the next restaurant. So we carried this guy about 5'4" up to the 3 flight of stairs, knock on the door, and when we hear the wife coming, we just standing and start running. And I can tell you, since that day, that his wife, couldn't see us. We have to run away from her because she was ready to chase us. I was amazing.
Okay.
Like, it's your fault that he's drunk. It's your
Yeah.
fault.
Yeah, well, a little tipsy, hey, it happens. Everyone gets
Yeah, a
tipsy.
little tipsy. A little tipsy.
Happens. It happens. Is this where you met Jacques Cousteau as well, or was that another village?
I met Jacques Cousteau in Eleuthera.
Okay, so yeah, we'll save that story till until we get to Eleuthera. Okay, wow, that's a pretty good. Yeah, definitely a Christmas to remember, right? I mean, for you guys.
Yeah, it was crazy. I can tell you that guy eat. He can
Okay.
eat.
Okay. Well, sure, right? I mean, come on. And then I believe summer '93, the chief of village changed to Gustavo Ribeiro.
Yes, that was an amazing season. Just figured out it was a bunch of Brazilians, very happy people. We have a season to remember with Gustavo. It was amazing.
Did you learn French in Club Med?
Yes, I did. In fact, actually, I went to a school for a couple of months to learn French. And one day I told the teacher I'm leaving, and he told me why. Because I learned all what I needed to know to do my job in Club Med. Bye-bye. I walk away.
Okay. Okay. And because you get so many Argentinians and Brazilians in Punta Cana, you're perfectly set up, right? Because I believe they also put you on the beach this season as well, right?
I did snorkeling and kayak. And that was most of them was coming in to do snorkeling or kayak. So we was a pretty good setup there for them.
So winter '95, Joel DeWitt comes in to be chief of village. You have, I think, the kids club manager is Heather Corey at this time, right?
Yes, Heather was the chief of mini club. That's
Okay.
correct. That's it. Yeah.
And then you got to go back to land sports because the land sport G.O got injured, right?
Yes, and he got injured, and they asked me, "Oh, you need to go back to do land sport." I say, "No, I don't want to. I mean, I have a pretty nice schedule working as a mini club." And they asked me 2 or 3 times, and then I said, "Listen, if the GOs, they was land sport, needed to leave because it's no room for him, then I will take the position. But as soon as he get well, I want to come back where I was." So that's what happened.
Okay. And in between seasons at Punta Cana, are you asking to go to other villages, or they said, well, you have to do a certain number of seasons before you can go to another village?
It was a little bit difficult for our local GOs to go to another village But with Joel, he asked me one time at his office, you need to, where you want to go with this Club Med? I said, well, I would like to keep advancing. I want to be the first Dominican chief of sport or first Dominican chief of village. So he told me, you need to leave this village because you can't stay here. If you want to grow up in this business, you need to get out. So now my mind start changing. Like, okay, I guess I'm leaving. And at one point, I was told by him, you need to leave, and it's gonna be very easy. Or you leave to another village, or you leave the club. So choose. I choose to go to another village. Then
Yes, and your first village after Punta Cana is Eleuthera, summer of '96, correct?
yes,
Yeah, Teach is the chief of sports. Tutun is your chief of village, and this is the season. So this is interesting because had you chosen the other, you never would have met your future wife. So, but you chose by going to Eleuthera, going outside, Punta Cana, you meet your wife. Can you tell us a bit about this story, how you met her?
yes. My wife Karen, she was there for a seasonal for a couple of months, and she was kids club. Now she was teen club. And I was G.O. I was working at the marina. I was sailing G.O. She was coming with the kids there, and we just start talking and talking, and one thing led to another, and then we got together.
Did
That
you
was
know? Did you know at the time you were meeting your future wife? Like, did you feel it?
well. Let me tell you this, Greg. The second day, that first day, I told Karen, you know what? You and I, we're gonna get married. She looked at me and run away. I didn't see her for a week.
Wait, wait. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Sorry. There's this. I heard a similar story to this. Okay, so she ran away because. Okay, why did she run away? I'm sorry.
She thought that I was crazy.
Okay, because women were running away from me a lot in Club Med, but I didn't propose. But so, okay, so 1 week goes by. You you finally I guess you bump into her in the restaurant. I don't know. Okay. And
Yeah,
then you say, hey.
she came back to the marina. I said, hey, you remember me? And she looked at me like, yeah, sure, you're the guy who want to get married.
How could I forget? Okay.
How can I forget that?
All right. So, okay. So what happens? Yeah. So what's the next step? I'm kind of lost because I never proposed to anyone in Club. So, do you finish out the season? I mean, we should mention. I think this is the first season where you stayed completely in one service. They didn't say, "Hey, Cara, we need you here. We need you here." So you actually stayed in sailing, right? This whole season.
I did sailing the whole season. That was
First
fantastic.
time, right? Like you didn't have to do another job, right?
Yeah, first time. First time that I was in one place for the whole season.
Okay. So eventually Karen gets tired of running. She's tired, she's tired. She's taking a breath. And then like she's from Delaware, right? So I'm just curious. So do you guys go to Martinique together next season or no? Or what happens?
Well, Tutun asked us to go to Eleuthera, to Ixtapa. I say yes, and I say, hey, I'm going, but she need to come with me. And Tutun said, not a problem. Both of you are coming. So I went back to Dominican Republic and did my Mexican visa. And 1 week before we get to one week before I was scheduled to fly to Ixtapa, I get a phone call like, hey, come to the office. I thought that I want to get some information. They told me, listen, this is a plan. You are not going to Ixtapa. I said, wait, hold on 1 second. Then what's gonna happen? We're gonna get you a village. Just give me 1 second. At that time, I was talking with the person in charge of sport for the American son, and she asked me, like, you speak French? I say, sure. I mean, I speak the world famous Club Med French. And she asked me a couple of questions in French. I answered her, and she said, okay, this is what's going to happen with you right now. You're going to Martinique, and you're leaving in a week. I was excited. I was happy. And that day I got home, and Karen called me and said, hey, I'm going to Punta Cana for a couple of weeks and before going to Ixtapa. No, I'm sorry. I called her. I'm not going to Ixtapa anymore. I'm going to Martinique. She was really, really down because she already have everything ready to go to Ixtapa. And she changed everything. And she said, okay, I'm going to Punta Cana. I'm going to try to go to Punta Cana and meet you there before you leave. I said, I'm leaving in a week. And she was not happy at all. Then she flew to Punta Cana and spent there like a month. And from there, I start talking with my chief of sport and my chief of village about her coming to Martinique. The chief of sport told me no. I said, okay, but I'm leaving tomorrow then. And I went to talk to the chief of village, and the chief of village said, yeah, she can come. I said, great. She asked me when she's coming. I said, she's going to be here tonight. So she got there. Right after the chief of village told me, yes, I called her. She booked a fly and she came to Martinique with me.
Okay. And you get to Martinique. Claude Guati is your chief of village, right?
Yeah, Claude Gotti. Yeah.
Okay. So, but in your head, you're formulating a plan, right? Because Christmas is coming. You're there the winter 96, 97 season, and you decide to do something on Christmas Eve, right? Would you mind telling us?
Sure, I can tell you that. I was ready to propose. I went to the town just next to the village, and I was so happy that I'm gonna buy the engagement ring.
And did you have to use your credit card to purchase this engagement ring?
Yeah, my first time using my credit card, and the credit card didn't pass. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. I was getting really, really mad. And the owner of the jewelry store told me, hey, you G.O and Club Med, I see you every day passing by, and you bring customer to my business. Go ahead, just go, get engaged. I'm gonna try to pass a credit card and I'll let you know. Well, I did that. I took my ring and proposed to Karen on December
Whoa,
24th.
whoa, Carlitos, let's back up. You don't get off so easy. Okay, were you afraid? Were you afraid she was going to run away again when you went down on one knee with the ring? So how did you? Where, and how did you do it?
Well, she didn't have a place to go.
Yeah, she probably didn't know Martinique that well. Where's she going to run to? Right? Where's she going to run? Okay.
Yeah.
So did you do it after a show? During the show? How did you do it?
I did it before dinner.
Okay.
I proposed her in at the G.O room when we was getting ready for dinner. She was really excited. We was really happy, and we talked to a couple of GMs that we knew at that time. And little that we know, in Club Med, you say something in 5 minutes, everybody know about it. So a group of GMs came together and gave us cash as a gift. People that we don't even know. They gave us cash. People knew about it. Other GOs, the next restaurant chef gave us a champagne. So we were celebrating that night. We were so happy. But the whole thing is the next day we have to be up by 6 in the morning. So we still had the same excitement that morning. So it was great. It was a great moment, great moment. I mean, people was happy to see us, happy to congratulating us, and even like I say, the GMs they come out. I don't know with $700 at that time. We was blessed. We was really surprised. But the best part of this, Greg, is that the credit card never went through. And the guy from the jewelry store, he gave me the ring for free.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we still have that ring.
Wow. That's pretty nice for that guy, right? Wow. Free
Yeah,
ring.
that was really nice. That was really nice.
There's also something very special because you're probably one of the only XGOs that knows the exact date they stopped Club Med. And I love this reason why you know. Can you tell everyone why you know? When was your last day of Club Med, please?
Yeah, my last day was June 28, 1997.
How do you know that?
Because that day I stopped smoking too.
Okay.
I say, you know what? I'm leaving this place. I don't want to pay $8 for a pack of cigarette. I've stopped. I'm going to stop this thing. I'm not doing anymore. And
Okay. Okay. So there's three things you love. You stopped two of them on the same day: Club Med and smoking. Wow. That must have been, was it hard to do both? Okay.
leaving Club Med was difficult. Quit smoking. I do it really quick. And I avoid to be around people who smoke. But it was great. It was the healthiest thing I ever done was that.
Oh, really? Okay. Wow. And you never looked back, right?
Never look back. Never look.
Okay. All right. Now let's go back to, I forgot, we skipped over the story of Jacques Cousteau at Eleuthera. Why was Jacques Cousteau there? Was he doing a documentary? Was he on vacation?
Well, I didn't know he have a house there.
Oh, he does. Oh,
Yes. We my friend Godo, he was my chief of sailing. We helped him to put a boat together and also to coordinate his two youngest son use the snorkeling boat to go to something called the shark hole, right there in Eleuthera to swim with shark. So we asked him to if we can take a picture, and he said, "Oh no, 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 no." He didn't want to do anything. So his wife came and told him, like, "Why you say no? This guy I'm taking of time of his day to come and help you. They don't have to do that. And the only thing they asking you is to take a picture." Then he say, "Okay, saba, saba, saba." He took a picture, he smiled, and little that we know, he told the photographer to send the pictures to his house, and he signed it. He dedicated the picture. That was something big. That was something big. I remember me being running, trying to find the chief of village, Tutun. I say, "Tutun, you need to come and see this." He say, "No, I'm busy. I have something to do." I say, "Tutun, you need to come and see this guy. It's Jacques Cousteau." We start running to go and see him. So he was so happy to meet him as well. And it is amazing when you grow up watching Jacques Cousteau documentary and then you have it next to you and you visit his place. That
yeah.
was amazing.
Yeah. And sadly, you met him like right before he died. He died in June of 97. So you got to see him, just before, rest in peace, he passed away.
Yes, that's correct. I met him, I believe was it's probably close to September of 96, and then he passed. Yeah, you're correct. You're
Yeah.
correct.
with all the seasons you've done, Carlos, is there anyone like you particularly enjoyed working with?
I enjoy working with my good friend Fausto. He passed away a few years ago. He was a great mini club G.O. He was Dominican, and also yes, also I enjoy working with my friend Alfredo Ramirez Cuckoo. Cuckoo passed away the last December. Those two people are really people that I miss working day to day with them, and I'm being friends, being really good friends. Those two are, yeah, the one that I miss the most.
Okay. And is there anything you miss about working at Club Med? Because I believe you live in Delaware, so and I know you still attend the reunions like the one in May. But is there anything you miss about Club Med, working in Club Med?
Yeah, the life of the club, the the rush, us being on time and doing the crazy sign, doing the sport, and also the good time that we have there. And was I can say was a safe environment to have a good time. And you work really hard, and but I won't change anything in my life. If I have to pick again what to do, I will start early than what I started in Club Med actually.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
You started from kindergarten, right? Okay.
yeah. Before I learn how to read, I will be there.
I just realized talking to you, Carlos, that you and I have something in common, and that maybe some people would call us bobos because you and I was at, I believe, Martinique just the season after you. We both had girlfriends in Martinique, and we were both in charge of the picnic. Most people would think that's crazy because Martinique is an adult village, singles village, yet here you and I are. And I've seen pictures of you. You're very handsome. So,
Thank you.
yeah, so I think we did it backwards, like I think you're supposed to be single in an adult village, not real. But yes, I had a girlfriend that whole season, as did you. Did you ever? I don't know. Was Donna jealous at all, or she's okay?
No, she was okay. She knows that part of our job is be friendly with people and talking with people. So she never show any sign of jealousy, and no, none at all.
I found that picnic the hardest one because I had I think it was part of the contract that the G.O had to prepare everything, like all the food. And because one day
Oh
the
my
chief
God.
of village came by, he goes, "Why are you cutting fruit?" I said, "Well, that's what they told me I had to do." And then you get there to the beach, and then you're mixing, you start making the punch, right? And that big barrel, and you're stirring it
Yes,
with a kayak
yes,
oar. Did you do all that too?
yes. We had they do the requisition, give it the kitchen team how many people was coming, and we was doing two picnic, the crazy one and the slow one at the same week.
Okay,
And
I didn't do that when I was there. There wasn't a crazy one. There was just a, well, whatever you call it. But yeah, I did you have to wash your own stuff after the picnic? Like, did you have to wash your own like pans, pots, dishes, or anything?
no, no,
No. Okay.
we have somebody, a local guy, that he was the one doing the cooking. The only thing I get to watch was the leftover alcohol, which
Okay.
is
You
I
you have leftover. Oh, okay.
leftover alcohol,
I
and
never had that. Okay.
that's the only thing that I have to watch, and I keep it safe in a really nice place back in my room.
Under lock and key, right? Okay.
Oh yes.
Okay, and you mentioned your wife Karen before, I think, right? You've been married a long time now, but there's something interesting about your birthdays and the day you got married, right?
Right, right. I can tell you, Karen was born on September 3rd. I was born September 4th. And then we got married September 5th. So we have a whole weekend just for by ourselves, 3 days. Sometimes we have a holiday, That is September 5th. Is I believe it's Memorial Day or Labor Day, and we just celebrate those big weekend all in one party.
So that makes you a Virgo, right?
That's make me a Virgo.
So
You're right.
two Virgos get along, right? Yeah, okay.
Virgos get along.
Okay. Nice. Okay. All right. And did you have fun at the recent reunion in Cancun in May of 2024?
Yes, that was amazing. Have a great time. Met new GOs that I have never met, that I heard about them, but never met in person. And happy to see all GOs, all friends. And that was amazing. It was a great time. Great time.
And what village did you work with Steve Cohen? Was it in Punta Cana?
Yes, Steve, I worked with him with Pierrot in my first full season. He was the gestionnaire. His wife, Yuka, was at the mini club, or Petit Club, I'm sorry. And that season, I end up doing land sport for the last 4 or 5 months of the season. But I started someone else. I started mini club.
Okay, nice. Was that your first reunion that you went to?
The one in Cancun?
Yes.
No, this is like the number 3 or 4.
Oh wow. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So you enjoy them a lot.
Yeah, I went to my first one was in 2011 or 2012 in Punta Cana. The only one that has been done in Punta Cana. GA organized that one. It was in, yeah, it was our first season, first time the whole family in Punta Cana.
You have a big family now?
Well, 2 daughters, 20, my daughter Miranda just turned 23 yesterday, and my daughter Savannah is 16.
And do any of them want to work at Club Med like you and your wife, or no?
The oldest one, we've been talking with her. She say, "Oh, I have a lot going on. I don't know.
I have a lot going on. Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
She's busy. She's busy. That's good. Okay. Okay, Carlitos, we're coming to the end of our time together. I just wanted to ask, when you look back at your career in Club Med, are you happy that 24 hours after you got your degree, you went to work for Club Med?
Yes, I'm very happy. I won't regret it. And I can tell you this, Greg. I influence a lot of people in my university who took the step and went and worked for Club Med. And because they couldn't believe what I was telling about the work, how we work, and so much fun, and the whole environment. It was, at this point, I will pay to go back, because for me, you learn so much about people, about how to deal with different people, all type of people, and for the new generation, I recommend everybody at least take a year or two and go and work for Club Med if you want to see the war and want to learn about other races, other culture, other people. It's the best place to go. It's the best place to go.
Very nice. Very well said, sir. Wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I'd like to thank you again, Carlos, for taking the time to share your story with us. And of course, no pressure. Donna's always invited if she wants to come on too. That's her choice. But please extend her my invitation. And I thank you. I thank you a lot for coming on and sharing your story. Thanks so much.
My pleasure, Greg. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate this.
Would you like to say goodbye to all your friends and listeners?
My friends, I won't say goodbye. I will say I'll see you later in another village.
Perfect. Perfecto. Well, ladies and gentlemen, everyone, that was the amazing Carlos Dipres, and we'll see you all next week with another new installment. Bye, everyone. Say bye, Carlitos.
Adios. Bye-bye.